Y'all know she did a lot of work with that man when Takeoff passed away. And what did she ever get in return? Cheating scandal after cheating scandal after cheating scandal.
You'll never get a man that does not value you to value you.
Girl, really?
Y'all, I cannot believe this day has come. I cannot believe this day has come. I sound like Dr. Umar repeating myself. Cardi B has finally filed for divorce with Offset. And I know a lot of y'all out there might be celebrating. And it's a piece of me that would love to come on here and say like, oh yeah, all right, Cardi, you finally, you done getting embarrassed and all this other stuff. But one thing I want to make clear, judging by our past, and I'm big on, we have to accept the things that we saw. We have to judge situations off of the information that we already have. And just because Cardi is filing for divorce from Offset, and I know for a lot of people, you feel like that's the big move, but I'm just reserving myself to say they could still get back together. Because that's just what we have seen from Cardi. That's the behavior that we've seen from Cardi B. Now, we know Offset was almost caught cheating again. And throughout this year, it's been about 3 or 4 different cheating scandals in this year alone. Now, I get it. We 8 months into the year, but I mean, goddamn. So, in my opinion, she had to do something. But sometimes females, they use divorce as a way to try to get a man to act right. And see, we gonna get into trying to get a man to respect you and value you when he never has. We gonna talk about that in a second. But let's get into the official report. Shout out to the neighborhood talk. It said, neighbors, it looks like Offset will be a single man again after his wife is now filed for divorce. If you can recall, he was just spotted out with an alleged ex-girlfriend, although he claimed it was innocent or an innocent outing with a friend who was grieving. Now, this girl who they talking about, she recently lost her husband and she's pregnant. So maybe her and Offset was just talking at the bar or whatever. I'll get into that later, but it just is what it is. It just looks bad for somebody who is a habitual, who is a rampant cheater. However, according to the page 6, his wife has finally had enough. She filed for divorce from her estranged husband on Wednesday. Her rep confirmed to page 6. And when you say estranged husband, y'all know it's like she talks about Offset, but we haven't really seen them together. And we all know that she's pregnant. And so that's another thing, like Offset been really moving wonky while she pregnant with another baby. And that's another thing too. The fact that she pregnant is another reason why I'm just not ruling out they could possibly get back together, even though she's filing a divorce. Look, sometimes you pregnant, you move in haste. I could see her getting on live one day and say, I'm pregnant, I'm emotional, I was upset, so I filed for divorce, but I really didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? I'm reserving that space and that energy in my heart because I don't want to get off into this long rant about saying, oh, Cardi is finally free. She finally gonna stop getting embarrassed. And then we walk down this road and I'm back on here in a couple of days talking about, well, Cardi said they getting back together. It was cap. You know what I mean? A source close to the couple says this latest scandal didn't cause the divorce filings. They've grown apart. That's what drove her to this decision. More than anything else, the insider claimed this is something she wants to do. Now, by the way, she was just seen, I think, at a video shoot. And look at this belly. So a lot of y'all who talking about, I don't know if she pregnant. She is pregnant. She's walking around showing. And once again, the fact that Offset would be out here playing around while his baby mama is at home pregnant. And I know some people trying to come up with some conspiracy. This might not be Offset baby. She was just bragging about how when they broke up for a second, didn't something happen? Did she have a birthday or some type of event and she was bragging, talking about, oh yeah, I just got me some dick from my husband. So she has been bragging about sleeping with him. Now, it was that situation where Bia was trying to say that Cardi was cheating, but I don't think she was talking about recently. I think she was talking about, maybe something happened a long time ago. But Cardi came out and said all of that shit was cap anyway. Now, remember, we got the footage of Offset at this, I don't know if he was at a casino or restaurant or something like that, but this is him with the girl. You can't really see much because it's real blurry. I guess somebody recorded it, but that's the girl sitting next to Offset. I don't know who has crutches. Somebody had crutches right there. But like I said, this ain't the first time we saw Offset cheating in the last few months. It's alleged that he got another girl pregnant. Let's not forget about that. Now remember, he came back and tried to clean this situation up.
Shorty? Hey, about Shorty.
Now that she filing from divorce, I'm wondering, was he talking about Cardi? He might have been talking about Cardi B. Who knows? Now, the girl who Offset was with, she said, it's completely crazy that I even have to do this. Please, if not for me, please respect my late husband. I am just beginning to grieve. Having a night out with my family is definitely not an opportunity for clickbait. I am carrying the last gift my husband will give this earth. All I want is peace. If you're looking for a story, there's nothing to see here. Please respect all families involved. Y'all make up things not caring about the impact. Please stop. And she also said, I'm pregnant as well. You people are sick as fuck out here. Now look, like I said, okay, maybe this situation wasn't Offset cheating. Maybe she was, just talking to Offset. Maybe he was giving her some kind words about, her husband passing. Blase this, blase that. But like I said earlier, Offset is a habitual cheater, and he cannot blame anybody for seeing him with another woman that's not his wife and assuming that he's cheating, because that's been his MO. When Cardi had to fight them two strippers in New York, what was he doing? Cheating. Then we heard about him being out somewhere tropical with some girls. What was he doing? Cheating. Now recently, he just got exposed by this girl named Blue, who put out all of these text messages. I made a whole video about this. Go back and watch it. I think it's titled, Offset pays $15,000 to keep, quiet about this girl getting pregnant. Something like that. But basically, he paid this girl Blue $15,000 not to expose him. And she still ended up putting out all of these text messages because this girl ended up getting jumped. And she feels like Offset got her jumped because that $15,000 he paid her did not stop Cardi B from finding out that he got this girl named Pre pregnant. So he paid Blue to keep quiet about the pregnancy. Cardi found out, he got mad, and allegedly got this girl jumped. And I think it was by King Von's sister that apparently or allegedly jumped this girl Blue on behalf of Offset. That's the rumor. Now, it's deeper than that. Go check out the video if y'all got time. But he was just in this scandal weeks ago. Maybe a month ago. This nigga is a habitual cheater. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about when I said earlier, when you try to convince a man to value you when he never has. And I'll talk about myself in a second because I don't want to pretend like I'm a perfect ass nigga, because I'm not. But the Shade Room posted this clip. And it was a girl on there trying to figure out, how can I get a man to marry me? How can I get him to put a ring on it? And this girl, she responded to this clip, not trying to give this girl advice on how to be a better woman and, trick this man into marrying her. She told her a story about her mother. And I'm not going to play the whole clip because it's a long story, but I'm going to give y'all most of it, then I'm going to play the ending for y'all. So her mother was married to her father, and the father treated her like crap for 15 years. Her mother had boyfriend after boyfriend who abused her and treated her like crap. And she watched her mother for years try to prove her value to men who never respected her, who never loved her, and never valued her. And her message to this girl was, stop trying to prove yourself to men that will never appreciate you. And so here's the ending of, her long story.
The man spent over 15 years with her, and her existence in his life was summed up to nothing more than, oh yeah, I heard she died. Besides that, you'll never get a man that does not value you to value you. You might start acting better for a little while if he thinks you're going to leave, but he'll never value you. So what you do is you move on. You cry about it, you scream about it, you eat an entire tub of Bluebell ice cream over it, and you tell yourself you'll never move on, and then you do. Because the only thing worse than wasting 10 years with somebody who you come to realize doesn't value you is choosing to waste another 20 because you're too scared to start over. And I hope and pray that your situation is not nearly as extreme or abusive as my mom's was. But also, never believe that it couldn't be you. Because my mom, too, started out as nothing more than a young woman who was sitting around wondering what she could do, what she could say, to get the first man that she had ever been with to see value in being with her. And it only got worse from there. A man worth marrying will see the value in marrying you all on his own. Not to mention the fact that my mom was a married woman 2 different times. Not all rings are bought with love. And somebody finally being coerced into buying you a ring does not mean that they have magically woken up one day and found the value in being with you. Most of the time, they're just trying to get you to shut up. You don't want a shut up ring. And my mama wouldn't want you to want one either. So my advice is to dump it. It'll be sad, but it'll get better before you're married. Promise.
Now, I got to fill in a little details for y'all because in the beginning of the clip, she was talking about after she talked to her father after her mother died, because during COVID-19, she had to be put in a medically induced coma because after all of these years of abuse, her head was hurting. She was just going through a lot of stuff, and she did end up passing away. But she was trapped in a hospital during COVID, and nobody could see her. So she sent her daughter a text apologizing and telling her daughter, this girl right here on the screen, she told her never change and raise your daughters not to go through the same shit that I went through. And so she talked to her father after her mother died, and her father was like, oh yeah, I heard about it, but what else is going on? He summed up the life of this woman that he was married to for 15 years as, just some shit that happened and, whatever, but what else is going on to you? He didn't even really want to talk about the woman to his daughter. And the daughter was like, oh, I realized that my father never even valued my mother, not only as a mother, not only as a woman that he was married to, but he didn't even value her life. And look, Cardi B's situation is not as bad as this girl's mother's situation was. And yes, Offset did marry Cardi B. But my main point is, does he appreciate her? Not only as the mother of his children, but as his wife and as a woman. Does he value her life? I see Cardi B on Instagram Live bragging the other day talking about, oh yeah, since I got with Offset, since I've been married, nobody stole money from me and nobody been trying me. And I keep telling y'all, I hate this thought that these female rappers keep getting with men because they feel like they can represent some type of street cred. When you marry a man for street cred, so you can be good in the hood, so niggas can be scared of you, Cardi, you rich enough to hire fucking security for that. You don't need no nigga for that. You don't need no nigga to protect you from, corporate bigwigs that would try to steal money from you. And it is people in the record industry that's slippery and slimy, but you don't need no nigga from the hood to protect you from that. When I heard that, that was a bunch of bullshit. But a lot of these female rappers, they want to be good in the hood. They want to go to these rough-ass places, and they want a husband who can protect them. Ergo, Nicki Minaj. Because we always ask ourselves, why the fuck does Nicki want to be with the roughest, toughest nigga instead of just getting with a nice guy? Now, maybe these women are attracted to hoods and thugs and shit like that, but for the most part, it never really works out. Especially when you are more successful than your man, especially when you flipping the bill for your man. Does the hood dick always overcome all of the things that's missing in your relationship, missing in your marriage? Does the hood dick make all of that better? Because I'm sure Offset got some good sex. I'm sure he does. He been around the block long enough. He been fucking long enough. So he should, know his way around the coochie. But does that overlook all of the BS that she's been through? Now, also, Cardi might have put out a clue that she was getting ready to divorce Offset. So this might be a good thing, and it might mean that she's already in the mindset of, splitting all of their shit and going their separate ways. Because y'all remember the other day when she was talking about her house in Atlanta being possibly up for foreclosure? And I put out this video. Go check that out. She was ranting, talking about how much money she got, and y'all bitches could never, But during that rant and in this tweet, she said, if I sell it, I will sell my part to Offset since he loves the Atlanta house. So basically, she was already thinking about, well, if I got to split shit, maybe I'll just get a house to him, he can give me the money and he can keep the house because they have multiple houses. Also, it's sources out there saying that she is trying to get custody of her children, but I think all of y'all really know that. Of course, she wants full custody of her children, okay? And look, this is a sad situation. Number one, Offset is stupid. Your career going down the drain. Cardi B is the best thing you got going on. And this is sad because I feel like Cardi B did her best to try to be a good wife to this nigga. I'll never forget when Cardi B left the MTV Awards. She had just got done being on stage. Hours later, we see Cardi B at the house making hot cocoa and whipping shots for this nigga, talking about, yeah, I just came home from the performance, I fixed my hair, and I cooked dinner for my kids and my husband. What? She just got off stage. Not to mention the emotional help and pillow she was for her husband when Takeoff passed away. Y'all remember when Takeoff passed away, who had the best thing to say after Takeoff passed away? It was Cardi B. What Cardi B said about Takeoff's passing, I shed tears on that video. It's still on the channel. All of those people who spoke, Drake, Quavo, nobody said anything as heart-moving or warming as Cardi B. Y'all know she did a lot of work with that man when Takeoff passed away. And what did she ever get in return? Cheating scandal after cheating scandal after cheating scandal. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Is Cardi B gonna really go through with it? Is she really ready to end this marriage? Make sure you like the video and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Peace. Hey, nigga, donate. Hit the super chat. Scan the PayPal. Hit the Cash App. Thank you. Have a blessed day.